What's going on, everybody? We are back with another episode tonight. And this is a very special episode because of the amount of elite talent we have coming on this show in honor of early National Signing Day. We want to put together some of the top recruits in the nation to join us live. And Ross, we got a very talented young man backstage. Why don't you introduce him?
We have got David Hicks, 5-star defensive lineman from Allen, Texas. He is currently the number 2 ranked defensive lineman in his class. How you doing today, David?
I'm doing good.
David, man, it's an honor to have you on. We honestly think you're probably one of the top recruits in the nation next year, and we love everything about you, man. So it really is an honor for you to come on this show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. So, David, how was this high school football season for you and your team?
Oh, it was pretty good. We made it all the way to the semifinals, and then came up short to South Lake Carroll, but it was a pretty good season.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, South Lake Carroll, they're known as a powerhouse in the state of Texas. What were your stats this season, if you can recall, or some highlights that you had?
I had 13 sacks, 28 tackles, 2 touchdowns, 28 tackles for loss, and 98 tackles.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
So what kind of workouts did you do this off season that really helped you prepare for this season?
Really, the whole summer I pretty much was on, I guess how me and my dad like to call it, our world tour, visiting all the campuses and stuff. So really being able to work out with the college coaches, them telling me what I need to work on, and them giving me pointers how I can fix my game, especially being in the camps, because I did every one of the camps when I was there too. Helped a lot too.
Now, I was doing a little, checking in on your history and stuff, and I saw that you played multiple sports. You do track and you've also played basketball. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you currently performing in track and still playing basketball?
Yes, sir. I plan to play basketball. After this break, I plan to come play basketball, and after that, I plan to play track.
How do you feel basketball has helped you on the football field?
Helps me a lot with my quickness, especially staying in shape, my footwork, and like my hand-eye coordination a lot. So it just came together.
David, how much do you think it really helps you playing 3 different sports, as a football player, running track and playing basketball?
Like how my dad says, all the sports correlate together. Track helps with my explosiveness. Basketball helps with everything, with footwork and all that. So,
absolutely, no. I mean, I think the more sports you play, the better an athlete you're going to be, and I think it'll translate well whichever sport you choose to play professionally or at the next level moving forward. David, how's this recruiting process been? Are you trying to play all 3 sports in college or just football primarily?
Just football primarily. I mean, I might want to do track, but
okay.
I don't know, mostly football.
Have you been engaging with college football programs recently?
I've talked to a couple recently.
Okay. I mean, you're a 5-star recruit. You're probably the best player in Texas and the nation, so I'm sure everyone's calling you.
Yes, sir.
David, what are your main responsibilities for your football team? What do they ask you to do on a weekly basis?
Just be a leader. I know my coaches expect a lot from me. My teammates expect a lot from me. The community expects a lot from me. So I like to live up to those standards and be a leader on and off the field, and just work hard and come play.
When it's game week and you're starting to study film for your opponent, what are some of the first things you try to identify on the offensive line?
His sets. I like to look at his feet, his footwork. If he's a heavy setter, if he's a shooter, if he's a guy that likes to be patient, just stuff like that. Little small stuff that I can pick up on.
David, as a football player, what do you think are some of your best attributes that you have currently?
Best attributes. I would say I'm a decently smart football player. I know a lot about the game, especially my dad being a coach, being around the game for so long, and participating in the spring and being able to see what my old team was doing and being able to watch and learn from all of them and the coaches there. And especially coming here and learning from some of the best coaches, one of the best coaching staffs in America. So.
Yeah, no, those are some great attributes, you're carrying right now, and we know you're only going to get better from there, and bring on more great qualities as a football player or as a student athlete on and off the fields. David, have you been in contact with Mario Cristobal at all, taking over the Miami Hurricanes head coaching job?
No, sir, not yet.
Okay, gotcha. How about during his time at Oregon at all? Were you? I know you're a Texas kid.
No, sir, I haven't really talked to him at all. But he was like one of the first head coaches to follow me on my Twitter. So.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, listen, for those of you guys watching at home, David, he's a 5-star recruit. He's one of the top recruits in the nation. Everyone's going to be contacting him. He's already impressed us twice. He's come on this show. He's very outspoken, well-spoken young man, and he's going to do great things on and off the football field. So we know he's going to do great things, and we're extremely excited to see him, this upcoming, his final senior year as a football player. I mean, Ross, you watch a lot of David's film. What excites you about David?
Strength and explosiveness. I mean, this when the snap goes on and he gets if you get him in a little bit head start on the offensive line, he eats them up, bro. He's a nightmare. He's an absolute nightmare for offensive linemen in the state of Texas.
David, who's your favorite NFL football player you look up to?
My favorite NFL player, it'll be Myles Garrett or Aaron Donald right now.
Okay, why is that?
Myles Garrett is just a beast. You got to triple team him to stop him. I like to make my game after him, and then you see I try to incorporate some moves that Aaron Donald does too, especially him not being the typical height of a D tackle, but him still being one of the best D tackles in the NFL.
David, I saw that you were high on Clemson, and that's an ACC rival. Let us know, what is it about Clemson that you like so far?
Just love the coaches, and I love like the scenery and stuff like that. Just all of these things together. That's what really makes me like Clemson a lot.
What gets you most excited during games? Is it a sack? Is it run stuffing? What really gets you pumped up?
Really, when I come in the game, first play of the game gets me pumped up because that means I'm just gonna hit you. Like first play, I'm gonna just hit you as hard as I can, trying to make you fall. So now I'm in your head. That's the whole best, funnest part of my game, pretty much.
Love it.
So, David, as you know, tomorrow's early National Signing Day. Now, you're going to sign next year, your class of 2023, correct?
Yes, sir.
How excited are you, tonight? Are you kind of imagining yourself signing tomorrow or that big day of, your moment to really sign your letter of intent to your college football program that you want to play for the next 3 to 4 years?
Yes, sir. I can imagine it. That's pretty cool, especially seeing like my friends signing to tomorrow and stuff like that. It's pretty cool to me.
What do you think? I know I asked you this question. This was before your season. Maybe it's changed a little bit. Kind of the main factors for you to pick a school when you sign your letter of intent next year tomorrow.
Really the main factors is just family. It's always been family. I want to go somewhere that feels like home and I feel loved, and it's just all about the family.
David, what are you going to be working on this offseason the most? Where do you want to improve before your senior season?
Probably staying low. Always work bigger, stronger, faster. Footwork, and learning new moves, keep perfecting my craft.
You know, you not only can get to the quarterback, you're also a good run stuffer. How do you develop the run stuffing abilities that you have? You know, is there any certain training or techniques that you've done to help with that?
Really, to stop the run, you just gotta be a dog. You just gotta want to outdo your opponent and be relentless. Like, I'm gonna keep going no matter what it is. I'm gonna chase you down. I'm gonna come get you. That's just really how you stop the run. Is just be a dog.
All right. Well, David, man, it's always a pleasure to have you back on the show. We're going to keep in touch with you. We're excited to see what you can do in your senior year of high school coming up. And we know you're going to do great things, man. We
Yes, sir.
think the
Thank
world
you.
of you, David. So thank you so much again for your time. Ross, did you have anything else for David before we let him go?
No. I got all my questions answered there, man. Just thank you again for giving us this time, David. We know how special of a player you are, man. You are a top 10 nationally ranked player in your class. So we're very excited to have you on here. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, David. Take care. Have a great night. All right, guys. That was David Hicks, 5-star defensive lineman out of the state of Texas. Hell of a recruit. Ross, is this going to be one of the top players in the class of 2023? He's already a 5-star talent by 24/7 Sports.
No doubt about it. I mean, he is top 10 nationally ranked already, like I said, and he is the number 2 ranked defensive lineman in the entire nation. It's no mystery, you know, like it's no mystery at all. They know that this guy's good. Everybody knows this guy's good. And the thing is, Paul, is he hasn't reached his highest goals, not even close to him. He's still got so much more potential upside that he can reach. And that's why colleges are so high on him. And that's why he's a 5-star prospect.
Yeah, no, it's going to be scary what he can do at the next level. Mario Cristobal still hasn't reached out. I think everybody and their mom has. He was the first coach to follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I know Charlie Partridge or whoever will be our next defensive line coach. Jay, how do you pronounce the name from Oregon? D-line coach.
Valier or whatever.
They will offer him. They will contact him. Number 2 defensive lineman in the nation. Incredible. 5-star class of 2023. That's not normal.
This is the kind of guy that Cristobal goes after, Paul. This is the kind of guy that Cristobal brought to Oregon. So this is important for us, not only in the aspect of getting that 2023 class really down because it's so elite, but Cristobal proving that he can go outside the state of Florida and land 5-star recruits for the University of Miami.
So we have our next guest backstage, and actually one of his relatives was a former Miami Hurricane as well, played at the University of Miami. Ross, why don't you introduce our next guest to our guests watching right now?
We have got 2022 defensive lineman Ahmad Moten from Cardinal Gibbons.
Ahmad, thank you so much for joining the show, man. We greatly appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Ahmad, man, how are you feeling? Tomorrow's early National Signing Day. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I may sign. It'll be good.
So before we get into that, how was this past season with Cardinal Gibbons for you?
I mean, what can I can't even ask for better. I'm a senior. I'm going for my second state championship back to back both years. So that's cool. We all a family. We all like to play as one. That's what get us win, you know.
What were some favorite highlights of this past season for you besides, maybe competing for a state title, just something that came out of the ordinary for you and your team?
Really, I can say probably my film just elevated to the next level, and like you can see it on tape. So that's probably like a big thing. But besides us winning and going to a state championship, but that's probably like coaches see my development as a player. You feel me? And it's like it just goes better and better.
Ahmad, what's your current height and weight right now?
6'4", 300.
Okay. And your brother Anthony, he played at the University of Miami. What was it like for you to get that Miami offer? Were you excited?
Yeah, it was. I was, That's all I used to watch when I was a kid. So dreams come to reality. Like, okay, now it's my turn to play for the team that he used to play for, that I used to watch all the time. So it was a big thing for him. It was a big thing for me too.
Ahmad, so what time are you signing tomorrow?
Nah, I'll be signing in February.
Okay, you're gonna push it back to February. Gotcha. Where do you stand right now in the sense of schools that have offered you that you're considering waiting till February?
I kind of got my five that I'm considering. So you guys will see that probably in the next week or so.
Okay, very cool.
Ahmad, what are some of the training and workouts you did this off season before the season started? Things that helped you really make an impact as a junior.
Um, Shout out Coach Zach. You know that's my guy. I was with him during the summer. We had summer workouts in the spring. That like me and him like going to the hill runs and lifting every day. Like it was my grind. Like it was like times and it was like on another level. You feel me? Like I was working out every single day of the week, Monday through Sunday, 6 weeks in a row. You feel me? So yeah, Coach Zach was with me. I got a trainer at my gym. So we my workout, I've been working out a lot this whole summer and it's finally paying off, which I really enjoyed. And I'm glad we winning now.
How do you describe your game, Ahmad? Like if you had to explain the way you play football to a Hurricanes fan, how would you explain it?
Physical, quick for my size. You feel me? I'm very quick. And that's what a lot of coaches say that I'm quick for my size. That's the main thing I focus on too.
What are going to be some deciding key factors for you in selecting a school in February, Ahmad? Whether it's academics, maybe a family environment, your relationship with the coaches or current players?
Can you say it one more time? You broke up?
Yeah, my apologies. What are going to be some deciding factors for your decision come February? Whether it's a family environment in the football program, just the relationship you have with the position coach or the current players, the bond you make with them, just some factors for you.
Um, Really everything you said gonna tie into my decision, but then again, it's my decision. I feel like what you said as far as like coaching relationship and what's best fit for me and my family and all that is that's gonna try my family gonna be a big factor and how's like the coaching is gonna be another big factor. Another big factor how the locker room is. Like how would I fit in with the program, me coming a freshman, you know, you feel me? Like I wanna feel like I'm at home.
You know, your brother playing at the University of Miami, I'm kind of curious. What kind of advice has he been able to give you while you're going through high school?
I mean, he telling me everything. Like he been there, done it. You feel me? Like he had 30 plus offers coming out of high school, so
Yeah.
he been through it all. So he telling me everything that I need to know, and it's helping me a lot. And that's what really get me through this.
You know, on game week, when you're breaking down your opponent's film, what are some of the first things you look for on the offensive line? Where do you try to take advantage of them early?
I try to single out my position, my guard. I try to see his technique. If he's high, if he's low, if he plays with his hands, if he plays with his body, all that. And then it just ties in. It ties into me watching the center. See how he goes too, how he snaps the ball, like their snap count, if they clap, if they talk, if they do off the center. So, yeah.
Well, Ahmad, I mean, we're very excited to see, what school you decide in February. Um, any hints or kind of, you know, coaches that maybe you're really enjoying your time with right now and building a good relationship with, or you want us to wait?
Uh, just know Coach Cristobal is my guy.
Mario Cristobal's your guy.
Yeah.
What about Cristobal you like him so much, Coach
I
Cristobal?
mean, what's not to like? You feel me? Like he was recruiting me hard at Oregon. Like that was a school I wanted to go to. But now he's at Miami, and which opened the door for Miami huge. So Miami's definitely a top 5 school for me.
Has Coach Cristobal reached out to you since he's moved down here?
Yeah, of course. We talked. Last time we talked was Sunday, I think.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Man, I mean, I pretty much got all my questions answered there, Paul. How about you?
Yeah, me too. I mean, Ahmad, I would, hey, we love Coach Cristobal coming here at Miami. I'm glad to hear that you think very highly of him. And I wish you the best of luck, man, on your decision come February, Ahmad. We'll definitely be rooting
All
for you,
right.
whatever
Thank
school
you.
you pick. Absolutely. Thank you again, Ahmad. Appreciate your time.
All right, have a
Oh, sorry. All right. Ahmad Moten. Ross, one more time. Just kind of reintroduce him to everyone that maybe missed out on the interview, what Ahmad brings to the table.
Yeah, a 2022 defensive lineman from Cardinal Gibbons. He's from an incredible school that gets guys ready for college. Cardinal Gibbons puts in work yearly, and he would say the same thing. This is a guy, and he mentioned it himself. It's his quickness at his size that has him so intriguing for college coaches. I mean, it's pretty remarkable sometimes how fast he can get off the snap at his size. And I mean, dude, he's got the frame to be able to add all that muscle he needs and still not really lose any athleticism. He plays a little bit similar to his brother in some ways.
Yeah, no, his brother played for the University of Miami, was a star at St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School, had over 30 D1 offers, and seems like he's had a great relationship with Mario Cristobal since Oregon, now at Miami. He's making his decision come February, which was the original National Signing Day. So he is related to Anthony Moten, for everyone asking.
Yep, he's his younger brother. Explosive player. I mean, absolutely explosive. He's going to be a guy that I believe in the 2022 class. As time goes on, he's going to get more and more interest. He's going to be one of those players, since he's waiting later, he'll actually start to get more and more attention from colleges when they finally realize players they have been able to get themselves and players they haven't been able to get, especially when they're keying in on the defensive line.
So while we wait for our next guest, Ross, let's talk about tomorrow. One name I'm going to be eyeing like a hawk, Kevin Coleman. Some people have him rated 4-star, others a 5-star, out of St. Louis, Missouri. The guy reminds me of Jeff Thomas or Kadarius Toney on film. Playmaker. He's someone you want on punt return, kick return. He's going to make plays for you. I'm excited to see if we can snag him over Florida State.
I mean, there's a reason he's a 5-star, man. I mean, he's an explosive player, dude. Absolutely explosive. He's a player that I'm going to be looking out for tomorrow, too. I think about half the nation will.
Yeah, no, if Mario Cristobal can pull that off, literally a week in Miami, insane. And also, Nigel Kelly as well is making his decision tomorrow, too.
Both elite players. Both elite, and the type of players you don't usually get involved with this late in the cycle. Usually you have to work on those guys for a long time and get that trust. Cristobal got that stuff built at Oregon, and he's now taking it to University of Miami with him.
I don't think Nigel Kelly commits to the University of Miami if Coach Manny Diaz was still our HC.
I agree completely. 100% I agree.
Ross, there was a name you missed out on yesterday that you reminded me after our show was over. You wanted to mention.
Which one?
I think it was Jaleel. Maybe.
Yeah, the cornerback. Yeah, Jaleel Florence. Yeah,
Jaleel Florence.
2022 cornerback. I mean, playmaker, dude. Like, just screams playmaker when you watch him. He plays almost similar to a wide receiver. He's got that good of ball skills and that good at tracking the ball in the air that you'd think he was a wide receiver. But he takes that kind of talent over to the cornerback position, and man, whole lot of fun to watch, bro. Seriously, like a whole lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. So, do you have everyone's time slots committing tomorrow, or have the list of players committing tomorrow?
Not in front of me, no. I've reviewed a little bit of it, but just been a little busy day to day.
I think if we can get Kevin Coleman, Nigel Kelly, Cyrus Moss, that's a huge win. Huge win.
Cyrus Moss, man, that would be absolutely incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. Explosive.
Did he drop a start today?
I don't know. I want to say that Kevin Coleman actually went down in his ranking, but you know what? That's the old game they like to play. As soon as you have interest in Miami, they like to drop your ranking. It is what it is. But we all know that Kevin Coleman is elite and he's legit, regardless of whatever they're going to do with his ranking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, for people asking, do you think we can potentially, if we grab those three guys, let's say, are there any other surprises that you see that can go Miami's way?
Not anything major, honestly. I think we've kind of zeroed in on these guys. We've got especially in terms of the elite recruits, we've got them zeroed in on, and we've pretty much laid out the red carpet for them from what I've understood. We want to make an impact right away. Cristobal is an elite recruiter. He wants to prove it as soon as he can.
And by the way, guys, Marcus Banks, former 4-star cornerback out of high school, played at Alabama. He does have a crystal ball by 24/7 Sports in the direction of Miami. So keep that in mind when adding more players to the cornerback position unit. It's going to be nice. It's going to be very nice.
Normally, we don't get to talk about players like this late in the cycle that you weren't involved with the whole season. Nigel Kelly was a guy we were involved with, but there wasn't a whole lot of hype for Miami. And then the Cristobal move happened. And, dude, all of a sudden the hype started pouring in. And that kind of impact so quickly at Miami is what has me excited about Mario Cristobal.
For those of you guys asking, Anthony Lucas did drop his top 5. Miami was not in his top 5. So, I don't know. I think his connection with Miami was Ishmael Aristide. And I don't know. I don't think Ishmael Aristide will be retained. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
Could be completely wrong.
It's a bummer. You guys all know how high me and Paul are on Anthony Lucas. I mean, this is an absolute people eater. I mean, this guy just dominates, dude. Snap after snap after snap. Not many guys that show his strength and explosiveness at his size, but he shows it, dude, outright. And he earned that 5th star he got. There's no doubt about it. He really earned it.
Yeah. All right. We're going to be waiting for maybe 1 or 2 more guests to come on the show. In the meantime, guys, any questions you have on recruits, Ross is your go-to guy. We'll bring them up. We'll talk about it. Tomorrow is early National Signing Day. It's not your traditional National Signing Day in February. They do it early, and this kind of took over the spotlight of the original National Signing Day. So it's going to be very interesting to see who comes on. And our guest out of Washington, D.C. is backstage. Ross, why don't you introduce our very talented guest who actually just recently started playing football, correct?
Yes, this is 2023 edge rusher Joseph Mupoye from Archbishop Carroll up in Washington, D.C. This is an electric athlete at the defensive end, Paul. And he's Joseph, you've been in America for 3 years now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Joseph, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Joseph, I got to ask, how did you pick up the game of football?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I can play this, so, Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. How do you like living in Washington, D.C. and the transition it's been for you?
Oh, that's a great city. I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You like it a lot?
Yeah, I love my city. I love it. I love my team too. Washington D.C. I love it. I mean, we lost like yesterday. No, Sunday, like a Cowboys. Oh, that's a crazy.
Did you get a chance to work on your football skills while you lived in the DR Congo? Was that something that you were able to do, or did you only start playing football when you got to America?
Nah, I never played football in my country. Never. We don't have football in my country. We don't have it. We have like a soccer, basketball. I mean, some people play baseball in my country, something like that. I never played it, so when I come just here, I just come for basketball, and I just asked my coach for play football, so because I think I loved it. I love it, and I do some workout like Coach Kane. He walked like Miami State, Miami. He coached. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's it.
How do you feel that basketball has helped you on the football field?
What you say?
How do you think, you playing basketball, how do you think basketball has helped you in football?
I mean, I don't know. Basketball I think basketball just helped me like for my body, something like that, for get some physical. And when I start playing football, so you know, we do some physics stuff and basketball too. So yeah.
You are an explosive athlete. I mean, you are. It stands out on your film. You can move for an edge rusher really, really well. Is there
Yeah,
any training you do and to help your speed? That's what I noticed. You're very fast.
yeah, cause you know some, cause in basketball we do some switches like something like that. Like we run like a crazy something like that. So when I start my practice for football, oh, they say you fast. We have like a some people they fast too. Like a Nick, Jamal, they fast. Uh, for my training, I do like I forgot his name. It's like a the training for track, something like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Joseph, who have you spoken to on the University of Miami coaching staff?
Uh, um, Coach Kane. I forgot the name for the coach. The defensive coach.
Was it Coach Simpson?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Have
mean
you ever,
that's our guy right there. That's the guy that gets the pass rush going. So I'm not surprised to hear that he reached out to you, especially with the athleticism you got. Like I said, you are explosive. You are a very, very good athlete. How did it feel to get that Miami offer? Were you pretty excited?
Oh yeah. I was like in the train, so we finished the practice, so I'm go home with the train. So I see the text for my coach Kane. He texts me. He say I want to talk to you. I say I am to the train not now, so wait like a 10 minutes. So if I get home, he called me. He say the coach from Miami want to talk to you. I was like, oh my god, come on, don't do that. Like if you want to pay like a don't pay like an offer from Miami, something like that. Don't do that. He said, no, you want to talk to you? Like, he passed me the coach. Coach said, I see your film. I like that. Like, keep doing what you're doing, something like that. We want you, bro. I said, oh my God. That's a big deal. That's a crazy.
Joseph, do you watch a lot of the NFL?
Oh, yes. I watch some player like a Chase Young. Uh, I forgot the name, like Aaron Donald and Nick Bosa. That's it. And I watch like the Cowboys game, so I see the number 11. Yeah, he do like a 2 or 3 sacks in the game Sunday.
Yeah, pretty impressive. That's good. You know all the players already.
Yeah, too tough.
Now, Joseph, what are you going to work on this offseason to help you for your senior season in football? Is there anything you really want to improve at?
Yeah, I wanna walk for get some miles cause I'm skinny but my weight is like 230. I'm skinny but my weight is like 230. That's crazy. So I wanna get some miles and do some walking for speed again and some moves, something like that. Yeah.
You going to be spending a lot of time in the weight room?
Yes, sir. hmm And watch some film of some players like in NFL, something like that. For get some experience for move. That's it.
Gotta love it, man. Joseph, we're extremely excited to see you, get better and better. As you keep playing more football games over and over again. So we know you're going to be a better player, and you have offers from Ole Miss,
That's
Miami,
it.
and a
Yeah,
lot of great programs. So
that's a
we know
great.
it's going to get even better from here.
Yes, sir.
Ross, anything else for Joseph before we let him go?
Yeah, I just had one question for you, Joseph.
Yes,
What,
sir.
outside of Miami, what other colleges have been hitting you up often? Who's showing you love?
Oh, Old Miss, Boston College. I got my big brother. He go to Boston College. Not like my really big brother. We from the same country, so he go to Boston College. And yeah, for the coach from Michigan State. Maryland, yeah, I say Maryland. Coach Brooks, he nice. Coach Ken from Miami, yeah, I love Coach Ken. That's my man. Uh, I was too much coach. They text me, so I love it.
Right on, man. That's about pretty much all I got, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Joseph, man, we greatly appreciate your time, and man, we hope you keep getting better and better in football, and we look forward to maybe you signing next year tomorrow. That
Thank
would
you,
be
Coach.
great.
Thank you.
You got it, Joseph. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Ross. One more time, just reintroduce Joseph to everyone, who he is as a football player.
2023 edge rusher, absolutely explosive. Like he mentioned, he's a basketball player. Kind of that's naturally he's a basketball player. That's what he played mostly growing up. But you can see that in his footwork and his explosiveness as an edge rusher. I totally see why colleges are excited about him because, like he said, he just started playing football a couple years ago, dude. This kid is raw and he's already showing the major athleticism to get to the outside and get to the quarterback. Like I said, man, the word I would say is absolutely explosive.
Yeah, he holds offers from Ole Miss, Miami, Boston College, Maryland, Penn State, many more programs, and this is just like early on in his football career. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, actually, I was able to get him hooked up with Jeffrey Mba, and because he's actually from the same area there, so I got them actually hooked up, and they were talking DMs and Twitter and helping him just get a little more familiar with American football. So I was glad to be able to make that connection.
Speaking of Jeffrey Mba, the coaching change. I understand that. He was really big on Miami's list on Coach Manny Diaz's staff. Obviously, Cristobal is the new head coach here. Do you think Mba is still a take?
I'm not quite sure, honestly, Paul. It's tough. I feel like the Diaz stuff, he really actually was a big Diaz fan. He truly was. I'm not sure if we're giving him the same attention that Diaz was giving. I'd like to think that we have been in contact with him. That's something I'm going to ask him, actually. I'm not sure if he's talked to Cristobal yet since the guy here. But we both know, man. I mean, he's the top JUCO defensive lineman. He's the guy to go after for any team that needs help this year, right now.
Yeah. No, Jeffrey Mba is like the number one JUCO prospect in the nation. One of the top edge rushers in the nation for JUCO prospects. So, he's definitely a great player. If they do decide to, pursue him recruiting, it's tough with a coaching change. You're going to lose some guys. Landon Ibieta, Ross, as you know, I don't think he's been a priority for Cristobal.
It doesn't sound like it, no. Sounds like that Louisiana State offer could end up kind of being the catalyst for him to make that change and not be at Miami. I'm comfortable either way. I trust Cristobal so much that I'm going to ride with whatever decisions he makes.
No, 100%. 100%. Absolutely. Kevin Coleman, outstanding player.
Oh, amazing. Dude, elite. Absolutely elite. Gets knocked down a peg or two just because he showed interest in Miami. But, dude, this kid is absolutely elite. And there's no way that we'd be talking about him with Coach Diaz still as our head coach. Now, maybe we're not out of it for guys like Jeffrey Mba, but we're in it for even more guys now. So, maybe one player didn't happen, but possibly 3 or 4, 5 exciting players could happen and take his place.
All right, 40 minutes in. We're waiting on one more guest to join the scoop. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. Tomorrow is early National Signing Day. Curious if we get any surprises on Miami's end. Speaking of guys like Kamari Rogers, Chris Graves, so far in the recruiting class, Markeith Williams, do you think they're all locks, Ross?
Yeah, the guys who, outside, I think, of Ibieta, the guys who we have committed, I think Cristobal has done a great job at making them feel like they belong and making them feel like they're his players that he recruited. It's one of those things, you can be a high-ranked guy. You don't know if the coach is just offering you because you had an offer from the other coach or if you're just a high-ranked guy. But Cristobal really understands these players, and he knows who the elite players are, and he knows the players he's targeting. And that's what's impressed me a lot, dude, is it's not easy to do when you move schools like that, especially across the nation. Somehow Cristobal's managed to do it.
Randy Noah wants to ask Ross, any surprise commits we get?
Cyrus Moss is a guy that I've been mentioning here. I think that we made a big impact on Cyrus Moss. I really do. A kid from Bishop Gorman going all the way to Miami this late in the game. They don't do that unless they're interested, dude. Seriously. It sounds like the relationship he has with Cristobal is awesome. And he was super high on Oregon while Cristobal was there.
Canada Kane 26. Do we still have T. Martin's son as a walk-on quarterback? That's a good question. I understand he's on a baseball scholarship at Miami. Maybe he gets drafted early in the MLB draft, declares, to the MLB. And backstage, we actually have a very talented guest who's going to be signing to the next college he wants to play at for the next 3 to 4 years. Ross, why don't you introduce one of the greatest players to play at Bishop Gorman, in my opinion, moving forward.
We got 2022 edge rusher Cyrus Moss from Bishop Gorman. He is the number 4 edge rusher in the 2022 class.
Cyrus, what's going on?
Not much. Thanks for having me on.
Nah, it's a pleasure to have you on, man. We greatly appreciate your time all the way from Vegas. How's it going, man? You're excited for tomorrow?
Yeah, well, I'm deciding to sign on Friday instead.
Friday.
I really just need the extra days right now.
Absolutely. How's it feel? You're making your decision Friday. Do you feel it's a lot of pressure? You're enjoying the process so far?
I would say it's a lot of pressure, and only because of kind of things getting shaken up in my individual recruitment. It's a little hectic because I have a lot to consider right now, and I feel like I'm not quite, close enough to a decision. I thought I would be a lot closer by now, but like I said, everything's been shaken up. So, yeah, it's a little hectic.
Cyrus, how was this season for Bishop Gorman?
I was really good. Our season goal was to get back to that state championship. We kept that chip on our shoulder since we lost that our last year, so it really meant a lot to us, and we got it back. So that was huge.
On your film, you're absolutely explosive. Your speed stands out right away. What kind of training do you do to keep that speed and that quickness going?
Yeah, well, I'm always definitely focusing on doing a lot of speed training along with strength training. And I think just kind of putting myself and my body in positions that's uncomfortable, doing drills and different stuff that normally defensive ends or linebackers wouldn't do. Just doing like DB drills, wide receiver drills, just kind of doing stuff that'll put me in a physical place where I don't feel comfortable. And then just running hills too. Running hills as well.
Cyrus, have you gotten a chance to speak with fellow Miami Hurricanes such as Bubba Bolden and Brevin Jordan about their time at Miami at all?
Not yet, but I do look forward to doing that.
Absolutely. And what are you looking for in making your final decision, signing your letter of intent come Friday for a school that has to offer? That's going to factor into your decision.
I'm really looking for a place where I just feel like I can just develop overall as a student, as a player, and as a person. And it's just going to come down to which place I feel most comfortable with that in, and which place I feel most comfortable with the position coach, most comfortable in the vision that they have for the program, and the vision that they have for me.
You just visited Miami on Sunday, Cyrus. How was that visit?
I was really good. It was really insightful. Learned a lot about the school and what Coach Cristobal is trying to do.
Oh, you got a chance to talk to Cristobal while you were there?
Yep.
Right on, man. Right on. Kind of curious, with the way you play, do you have any NFL players or college players you look up to try to take pieces of their game? Some of your favorite players?
Definitely. Khalil Mack was one of my first inspirations, just because of the way he's played that linebacker hybrid position. And from there, now I've just been watching just tons of NFL pass rushers, just any of the best that you could name, really. And then big inspirations for me, especially the ones that are, a little bit more explosive or quicker, faster off the edge.
So Cyrus, I got a question. West Coast guy out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Mario Cristobal takes the Miami head coaching job. What was going through your head when all that happened? Were you even thinking about Miami at the time, or was it just Oregon, USC, Arizona State at the moment?
Yeah, well, honestly, I could say I wasn't really interested in Miami, or honestly, just really was I just didn't know much about it. I hadn't taken that time to look into it because I have never been offered by them, and so I never really expected it to factor into everything. So just didn't really know much about it going in. Got to learn a lot about that after.
Do you feel like playing at such a prolific high school such as Bishop Gorman is going to prepare you at the Power 5 level in preparation and just your mental state for the game of football?
Definitely. I've heard it from coaches themselves that Bishop Gorman has put me in a position better than better than most. We run a super close to a college scheme on defense and offense, so it really pushes our football IQ and understanding. And a lot of stuff we do is really similar in college. We practice like college. We try to simulate everything just like college. So yeah, it's really put me in a great spot to be prepared for college, even academically. Everything at Bishop Gorman is just to push us to that next level.
How do you describe your game, Cyrus? What kind of player are you?
I would say versatility is the biggest word for me. I came from playing safety freshman season, moving down to linebacker, and so I feel like there's a lot of stuff I can do, a lot of stuff I can contribute. I feel like I can play man on the tight end, man the running back, man the slot receiver, while still being able to play zone coverage, and while still being able to come up the edge, play the run, play the traditional defensive end. And yeah, so I really feel like I can play a linebacker, defensive end, either spot, and feel really comfortable with that. And I have a background in it, so it comes pretty easy.
Why do you love the game of football? Where do you get the passion to go out and compete at the highest level on a weekly basis?
I just felt like football is just different. I grew up when I was younger playing soccer, and then tried to play some basketball, and I would get tons of fouls and kicked out of games and all type of stuff just for being too aggressive and all that stuff. So once I got to football, it was like be as aggressive as you want to be as tenacious as you want to be, go get it. So I just love that, being able to go out there and just hitting people was one of the first things I fell in love with. Just getting that roughness, toughness of the game. And yeah, I just fell in love with it, honestly.
Well, Cyrus, man, we're very excited to see what school you pick come Friday. We think you're an outstanding football player. We know you're going to do great things as a student and off the football field, whether you pick to play professionally or a career path in something other than football. So we're very excited, man, for your future career endeavors.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Ross, anything else you have for our outstanding, talented guest?
Yeah, I got one question for you, Cyrus. Here, what are you going to work on this off season? Where do you really want to improve to take your game to the next level?
Yeah, well, I definitely want to add as much strength as I can, add weight while still being explosive. I want to make sure I'm able to push my conditioning and really try to get as close as I can to being, college shape. So just running a lot, putting on weight, strength, and tightening up a little bit of technique, but mostly I would say I'm focused on more of the athletic portion of it right now, just getting faster, more explosive, while also getting a little bit of weight, putting on some strength.
Man, that's it for me, Paul.
Cyrus, thank you again for taking time out of your night to join the Scoop. And, man, best of luck on your decision come Friday. And we know you're going to do great things.
Definitely. Thank you. I
All
appreciate
right,
you guys
Cyrus.
having me on.
Absolutely, man. Take care.
See ya.
All right. That was Cyrus Moss, 5-star defensive lineman out of Bishop Gorman Senior High School. Ross, one more time, do an overview of Cyrus. I mean, this is a special talent.
Guys on the edge don't move as well as he does all the time. I mean, I've used the word explosive for other players, but it just falls in line with Cyrus as well. I mean, and like you mentioned, he played safety, he played linebacker. He's taken a lot of that with him to the edge. He's taken that speed and that athleticism to the edge, and dude, he's just dangerous. I mean, literally, like flat out dangerous. And there's no doubt in my mind that Cristobal is going to lay out the red carpet. I bet you they gave him the full show while he was in Miami because he knows how special he is.
Well, he's like 6'6", over 220 pounds. It's basically Gregory Rousseau numbers.
Yeah.
Special player, man. Special player. You can't teach those measurements. Out of Bishop Gorman, too.
Yeah. Some people I've seen say they remind him a little bit of Jalen Phillips, actually, before Phillips put on all that muscle, that athleticism, that quickness, that explosive trait. They see that in him as well.
Yeah. Well, wrap up our early National Signing Day show. I hope everyone enjoyed our great, talented guests we had on. We had over 180 people, actually over 200 people joining us, the show live. So just want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. And, man, Cyrus Moss will be making his announcement Friday. Ahmad Moten will be February. See where Kevin Coleman ends up. See where Nigel Kelly picks. And a lot more recruits to look out for besides those guys.
Man, it was great having these guys on tonight, Paul. These are a special group of players we had on. Hicks, top 10 in 2023 nationally, number 2 defensive lineman. Joseph Mupoye, high upside edge rusher. And we bring on Cyrus Moss to end it out there. And then, of course, Anthony Moten's brother. He pops on too. So, I mean, dude, we had an amazing group of players tonight. I was absolutely excited to get all those guys on.
Our first guest, David Hicks, he's probably going to be a first-round pick. Just putting it out there.
NFL upside, no doubt. I mean, if he stays on the course that he's on and stays on the path he's on, NFL upside, and there's absolutely no doubt about it. And so do these other players that we spoke with today, dude. I mean, Cyrus Moss, trust me, he puts on that muscle and he still keeps his explosiveness. Dude, total draft pick.
If Miami can land Jaden Wayne, Wilkie Denard, Cyrus Moss, David Hicks, and they're all playing at the University of Miami, that's a national title team right there. That's a national title D-line. Hands down.
Getting this elite depth started is something that Cristobal wants to do. It's not just about the starters. It's not just about 4 or 5-star guys getting most of the snaps. It's about 4 or 5-star guys being behind those guys too and being part of the team and getting in the rotation. That's where I think things are going to change at Miami is you're going to see the depth really, really improve, and you'll see the offensive line play improve.
Guys, hit the like button if you want Kevin Coleman to be a Miami Hurricane. Hit subscribe if you want Cyrus Moss to be a Miami Hurricane. So there's 166 people watching us right now. I don't know how many of you guys are subscribed, but if you want Cyrus Moss to come here, hit the subscribe button. And if you want Kevin Coleman to come here, hit the like button. Thank you guys again. Have a great night. And always, all about the U. Go Canes.
Go Canes.